Hello everyone, welcome to Vintage Red Diesel. Thanks for joining me today. Today we're continuing work on, I should say, on this 966 we've been working on in the last couple of videos. We're going to do some LED upgrades on it. Did get the head retorqued down. I have got some of the heat shield on underneath the fuel tanks, and around the batteries and stuff, hoses and all that are tucked away, tied in, set to go. Everything's pretty well buttoned up other than the sheet metal, but I don't need the sheet metal on quite yet because my plan is today to do some LED lights upgrade. Not those lights, those are already LEDs on the cab. Them are already LED also. We're going to be doing something a little different for LED upgrades. These upgrades are going to be on the gauges. Half of them are out. I'm going to drop in a clip here in the dark. See what's going on. So anyway, right now what I got to do is get behind these gauges. In order to get behind the gauges, I need to get sheet metal off over here. In order to have the sheet metal off, I need it off on the outside here. That's why I left that off. But also, in order to get it off, I gotta lift this cab up. So on the cab, I gotta pull up the floor mat. There's 3 bolts on each side. It should just jack up. I should only have to jack her up 3-4 inches, I would think. Enough to get it up high enough, get the sheet metal off, and then I can get behind the gauges and put in new light bulbs. That's the step. I kind of want that to be left put when I'm standing on it. There, that's better. Alright, I got the 3 mounting bolts out of the front corner. I had to pull the side window out, and there's also a little cover that goes over the battery. It just flips up. So at this point in time, I should just be able to put a cab jack right under the front corner and start lifting it. If memory serves me correctly, this will be the first time I had lifted this cab since I put it on in spring of 19. Alright, I'm thinking that should be sufficient. We'll find out together. Alright, I think I can reach everything from right here with the center panel out. I got those top 3 right there. And then way down here, I can reach in, get them two under there. It's hard, not too good to see on camera, but yeah, at least get the gist of it. So I'm gonna pull these out. Not too hard to get out. There's the bulb. I'll be replacing this bulb with some new LED bulbs. Just got them from Amazon. Oh, should work for the job. I guess we're gonna find out together. Alright, I turned the power on. That looks nice and bright. That lights up the gauge nice. Nice side-by-side comparison between the two. I'm gonna get the other ones in. Oh yeah, she's burnt. See how black it is? You know that one's a goner. The ones for his oil pressure and temperature gauge are a little bit harder to find. Maybe I should have pulled that side panel off, but then again though too, us guys are used to finding the hole in the dark. There we go. Alright, I got them all in. Now I can put the sheet metal on. I'd turn them on and show you, but I'm going to wait till it's dark. It'll give you a better visualization. We're going to get the sheet metal on this tractor. It'll be a darn good feeling. Almost 2 weeks this tractor being down. Took it apart on a Thursday. Following Monday we started third crop. A couple rain days in there. Picked that on some of them rain days and finished up before, well, you saw me running on the blower's last day of third crop. So, well, anyway, get the sheet metal on and get this tractor, or get the sheet metal on, get the cab drop back down and get everything closed up, put it back on the mixer. That'll make me feel good. One other thing yet I need to do yet too, but I need to get the parts yet for tomorrow. Alright, back together it goes. Alright, I'm going to get this other centerpiece in over the front of the top here, just before I tighten down them bolts in there by the gauges, just in case something don't quite line up and then it starts fighting me. Oh yeah, looking better already. Okay. Now it's looking nice. Cleaned it up. I just got to finish cleaning a lot of everything else in this cab. It sits on the feed mixer every day, so there's always a lot of dust and dirt collecting. Let's get this cab dropped back down. Alright, it's down. Let's get the bolts back in. You know, I'm kind of surprised younger me didn't put NICs on for older me. Usually I do that kind of stuff, but I didn't on this job apparently. But now I am. Alright, it's as good as new. I finished doing the other side yet, and we'll be done. The final touch is that it always makes it look complete. The little things that go a long ways. Alright, maybe it wasn't the LED light upgrade that you guys were thinking about originally, but there isn't much left that's not an LED anymore. One that isn't LED is the one by the shifting console right here. And, yep, dome light. Everything else is LED. As far as the LED lights we do have on here, these two round ones in the grill, we got them from R Tractors. They've worked good, nice and bright, and haven't let us down yet. They've been in, I want to say 5 years. I know we put them in after the ones that I got on the cabs. On the cab, not cabs. I don't know what I'm thinking about. As far as the LED lights on the cab, I got 4 on the front, also got 4 on the rear. Basically those are technically a 5-inch LED light bar. And we're just some cheap Amazon ones that I've got. Overall, I've been actually really happy with them lights. I put them on when I put this cab on in spring of 19. They haven't let me down yet. They've continuously worked day after day, year after year. Lots of hours of use on them on this tractor. They're going several hours every day in the winter time when it's dark out. Summertime not so much, but they always seem to keep going. Between the weather and vibrations and hours of use and vibrations while they're on and off, and pressure washer, not that I get real hard on them with the pressure washer, but rain, snow, everything else that they go with for the elements that they endure all the time, I give them a good thumbs up. I'll leave a link in the description for where I had purchased them from if you guys are interested in them. I also have bought and used some 7-inch ones that are very similar to these. Got them on other pieces of machinery around the farm. I will also leave a link in the description. I'll drop in a couple short clips of the 7-inch ones in use. I'll even drop in a clip of the ones in use on this tractor so you guys get a good visual of what they do at night. They maybe aren't gonna compete next to your Tiger lights that you put on your boxcar Magnum or MX series, but they still do pretty darn good for the money. I'll drop a link in the website for R Tractors as well for the ones in the grill. I'll even drop a link in the description for the ones that I put in the gauges. Just so if you guys are interested in any of that, easy for you to find. Other than that, I think everything else is closed up on this tractor. Messed around with that fitting a little bit. I'll see what it does when I get it fired up here again. I'm thinking I got it. Take it off, re-clean it a little bit. And the trick when you put them on is always to make sure and wiggle them a little bit back and forth as you tighten them down. It seems to help them seat in quite a bit better. The other thing I gotta do, oh yeah, that's right, I gotta adjust the clutch and TI on here yet. That's starting to get out of adjustment. Needs that. And the other thing I'm gonna do, I gotta get the parts for yet, but This boot for the PTO spool is seen better days. So I gotta pick up a new one of them yet, and I'll get that on here in the next day or two. Not sure if I'll video it or not and put it in this video. It's not too hard of a job anyway. So anyway. Alright, fast forward a week, 10 days into the future here. My boot came in. So I guess I'm gonna work on this. Could have gotten at it sooner. We were busy hauling straw. We had 600 bales of straw roughly. Maybe a little better than that we hauled in. So been busy with that. But anyway, still had time to work on this, so I just figured I'll get at it quick. What I gotta do is pull out them 2 bolts, cotter pin. Everything here should come off as an assembly. First of all, I'm gonna get the air compressor and blow some of that dirt off. Take the guard off. Nope. Alright, now I got the old one off and I'll put the new one on. Usually the hardest part is to get the bottom of the boot around the ring on there where it's supposed to sit into position and hold on. Now, so.
Yeah, I know.
There, it's on. Went a little easier than I anticipated, but keep the dirt out. Keeps the spool from getting dirt on it and scoring up or whatever. Got it on a little easier this time. I ended up, what I did is I got it started on the close side and just rotated it around, and it seemed like it worked itself on. One of them little jobs that make a big difference. Alright, let's see what the gauges look like. Start it up. I forgot about that light yesterday. Quiet that down for now. There we have it. A couple of them, as you can see, a few of them show up more blue. The 2 green ones I believe are aftermarket ones. The other ones I believe are original ones. But anyway, my theory behind why they're blue is because the LED lights have more of a white light instead of a yellow light, and the blue and yellow make green. So I guess that's one thing I wasn't expecting out of this, but that's how it goes sometimes. Put the other ones on, we'll go outside. I get to see how well the LEDs light up. Alright, we're about 10 days, 2 weeks into the future. Everything's been running good on the tractor so far. That injection line I had tightened up, that seems to be doing what it's supposed to do. Nothing's leaking on there. Rest of the engine's been running good, performing nice like it's supposed to be. Fluids are staying where they should be. Nothing's going in weird places at all. Clutch, I did get that adjusted. That's working good. I did not record that. The boot, I got that on the PTO. As you saw yesterday, I finished that up. So I got that on. I think I got pretty much everything buttoned up what I need to do on this tractor for now. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you next time.